Hello students, a very warm welcome to JEE English. So guys, so we are going to start with a small quiz now. So quickly, you know what, just type in this code on your quiz portal so that we can get started with the quiz that we need to do today. And students, if you have any confusion how to do it, we'll discuss about that as well. And before that, let me tell you something. Don't limit your challenges, but challenge your limits. So work hard towards your limits and challenge your limits and make sure you're able to succeed in those. That is the most important thing that you need to do. And guys, how do you get onto this quiz? You need to first of all download Unacademy learning app. If you don't have one, do download the Unacademy learning app. That is very important to attend the quiz. And what you'll do is you'll just type in Unacademy on your Google Play Store and App Store. The first search result is going to be Unacademy learning app. And then post that, you will just click on that install button. That's all you need to do. And guys, after that, you will choose plus. You don't really need a subscription right now to attend the quiz. And hi Broccoli, hi Charuta Modal. Guys, get started, join the quiz. I'm waiting for you. Click on this, plus. And then, you should click on the test. And post that, you will click on this join quiz. After, this test, you will click on the join quiz. No, it's an Unacademy quiz, guys. It's not a Menti quiz, it's an Unacademy quiz. So, yes, I'll give you the pin. Okay. So, first of all, you need to download the Unacademy learning app for students who have just come now. I'm just explaining it again. Just like how, one of our students have asked how to, get onto this quiz. Is it like, any other quiz? No, it's an Unacademy quiz, guys. This is made for you. This is a free of cost quiz again. And what you need to do, you need to type in Unacademy in your Google Play Store or App Store. And then you'll find the first such result as Unacademy learning app. You will click on that. You'll click on the install button, be it on App Store or Play Store. And then you will choose plus. And then what you will do is you will choose tests. On the bottom you can see, there is this blinking arrow which is showing you the test. You will click on that and you will join the quiz. And then you enter the quiz. Once you click on this join quiz, right, this button over here, then there will appear, you can enter an ID to join the quiz. So the quiz ID is going to be 062642. Quickly join the quiz, guys. Quickly join the quiz. So today we are going to get started with the quiz on units and dimensions before we start discussing the PYQs. So I'm waiting for you. No, it's not only for plus. Anyone can attend the quiz, guys. Like anyone can attend the quiz. There is no restriction on who can attend the quiz, and all you need to do is just join the quiz. Yeah, you don't need to be a plus student. Students, do understand that point. If someone has told you, no, you need to be a plus student, no, this is not true. Okay, so do understand that it is like a free of cost thing again by Unacademy. So join the quiz, guys. You can wait for some time, and you know what, then we have to anyway get started. So make sure you are joining the quiz right away. I'm waiting for you, and I believe the time's up. Yeah, you click on the plus. Broccoli, what you need to do, you need to click on the plus. Again, let me tell you guys, you need to click on the plus. Once you're in the app, click on the plus. Over here, you will click the extension bar, right? And then you will click on this test. On the bottom, you can see, like tests. And then there is, there is home, syllabus, browse, updates, and test. The third one is what you have to choose. You have to choose this one, guys. You have to choose this one. And then you'll join the quiz. Just join the quiz. Yeah. Did you get it, Broccoli? How to do this? I'm just waiting for you, students. I need to, I guess I need to start the quiz anyway. Yeah. Did you join the quiz? Then you will enter the quiz ID, and here is your quiz ID, guys. Yeah, it needs code. It is 062642. Good. So anyone else would like to join the quiz? I'm going to begin the quiz, guys, because I guess, it's already time. Anyone, let's take maybe 2 more minutes. Amazing. We have now 3 to 4 students, and one more. Come on. We'll begin the quiz soon as we have another student. Any more students? Do share this quiz ID with your friends as well. It's a very useful tool, students. It's a free of cost tool. So make sure you are sharing it with your friends as well, with everyone, because okay, resume the quiz. And all right, I believe let's begin the quiz then. We already have 3 students. So the quiz begins, guys. You have 80 seconds for each question. So make sure you're attending the the quiz completely. There are only you have 80 seconds. That is a lot of time though. So don't worry about the amount of time that you get for the question. The questions are not properly visible over here, but you know how to do this. Let me check it out if I can do something about it, and believe we can do something about it maybe. Okay. Yeah, you can get started. It says a quantity X is given by. So this is a previous year IIT JEE question, guys. We will be actually discussing this question today. So make sure you're reading the JEE Advanced question. This is a JEE Advanced question. We are going to discuss this question today. So no. Okay, no. So yeah. Make sure you understand the question really well, students. That is very important. I'll see whether if can do something about this. Yes. All right. So what should be the answer? It's epsilon naught L. I believe. So this is about units and measurements, Broccoli. Okay. This is about units and measurements, and you have 1 more second. The answer should have been current, guys. Okay, 33% of you have answered it correct, and good, Broccoli, good, really good. And Chatura Mandal, get started on it. We will anyway discuss this question today. It's a previous year advanced JEE advanced question. So today our motto is to discuss a couple of things. One is going to be a JEE advanced question, and the other one is going to be this thing. So let epsilon naught denote the dimensional formula of permittivity. M is equal to mass, L is equal to length, and A is equal to electric current. Instead of I, they have used A. So notice it carefully, students. So they are asking you about the dimensional formula of free space permittivity, guys, or permittivity. Free space permittivity and permittivity are going to have a solution. We'll discuss at the end. Chatura Mondal, you don't have to worry about it. We'll discuss the solution at the end. So yes, we'll have that session as well. Don't worry about it. So yes. So what should be the dimension? How do you calculate this? See, I told you the easiest one generally is to go about by the force is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon, or 4 pi does not have any dimensions. Epsilon naught is equal to Q1 Q2 divided by R square divided by force, and there you go. The answer should have been A, guys. Okay. We will come to the solution part. Broccoli, carefully notice the question. So this should only take little time, guys. We'll discuss how to do these questions fast as well, and this is about the maximum error, I guess. So they're asking you the density of the cube is measured by measuring its mass on the length of its sides. The maximum error in the measurement of mass and length are as follows: 4% and 3%. So they are given you of length. You know how to do this. The maximum error in the density is how much? Students, I need not tell you how to do this question. I believe all of you know how to do it. So it's going to be how much, guys? How do you do it? Rho is equal to m by v, delta rho by rho is equal to delta m by m plus of delta v by v. Here what is v? V is volume, where volume is equal to mass by volume is density, right? L cube means it is 3 delta L by L plus of delta M by M is equal to delta rho by rho. So the answer should be 3 into 3 plus, you know what to do. If I'm going to tell beyond this, there is no absolutely any point in the quiz. So yeah. It's fine, it's fine. Just keep learning from your mistakes. It should have been 13, guys. So it should be 9 plus 4, right? 13. Right? Yeah, you can't change your answer. Okay, you can't change your answer. So good idea. I'll just suggest this to like our team, a tech team, so that they will have a look at it. So again, a similar one, guys. So I already told you how to do this. How to do this? You already know how to do this, students. Apply log. If you have any confusion, just apply log. I can straight away tell you what is the answer, guys. I believe you should be also, that thorough. We have discussed these concepts again and again and again and again. So I believe this should not be a problem, students. This should not be a problem at all. You should be able to do it. And let me just, just check it out if I can share you the entire screen and if this is going to be the case. All right, I believe we have something. Let's see. So if I do this, yeah, good. So yes, yeah, we'll start with magnetism. And guys, how to do this? This is going to be half of delta A percentage error in A plus percentage error in B plus percentage error in C. That is going to be 6 by 3, 3% plus 4%. That should be 7 plus or minus 7%. Right? That is all you need to do. Okay, good, really good, students, really good. Charunta Mondal, cover the classes. I believe you're a little bit behind, maybe, but these are like cakewalk questions, guys, and these questions came up in your JEE Advanced. Today, in fact, we'll be discussing these questions. These questions literally came in your JEE Advanced, and you don't want to miss this, guys. So the breadth of a rectangular sheet are 16.2. You need a pen and paper, guys. To do this, you just cannot do this orally, or maybe you can do this also orally, but I believe you need pen and paper in appropriate figures and error. Okay, what should be the error and the area of the sheet in appropriate significant figures, and the error is how much. So I believe the question is little incomplete. Just let me have a look at it. The length of the rectangular sheet is given to you. The breadth of the rectangular sheet is given to you. You can leave this question actually if you're not getting it. It's fine. If you do this though, like you are only given length and breadth, and so you can okay, still you can't do it, right? You can leave this question, maybe not a problem, I believe. Okay, it should be 163.62 plus or minus whatever comes out, but anyway, it's fine. Okay, this is fine. If you didn't get this problem, this is fine. This is this problem. Okay, but this problem you should be able to do it. So E, M, J and G represents energy, mass, angular momentum and gravitational constant respectively. Same, like a very similar problem came up this year in JEE Mains, guys. This year and last year JEE Mains. Typically you had a very similar problem. Okay, so apply dimensional analysis, write down energy in terms of dimensions, write down mass in terms of dimensions, write down angular moment in terms of dimensions. Then the question would become really easy, students. Let me tell you, just write it down in terms of dimensions. The question would become easy. Guys, don't go around the way of doing the entire thing, writing down energy, or else just write it down in terms of kg meter per second or something like that, and then the question becomes very easy, guys. Very easy. This is an easy one, students. I need not tell you how to do it, and then you match with this. This is only a single correct option, so it's EJ. You need to do it. You need to do the pen and paper method. There is no alternative to it, and you don't have to worry about the 5. Okay, forget the 5. You're all worried about this M, G square and J square. G square by J square, you have to assess. Rest is in your hand, students. If it is dimensionless, it can be both coefficient of viscosity and angle. That is true though. Okay, so it could have been one of those. Yeah, we are going to discuss PYQs. Brooklyn didn't attend the class, that's why you don't remember it. We discussed the entire thing, guys. Do cover it on YouTube. We have discussed the units and dimensions completely. We haven't missed out any single topic in your units and dimensions. Sorry, units and measurements, rather, I should say. There's also an experimental topic. So we had anywhere around 5 lectures, 5, like just very short lectures. And generally, you get 1 or 2 questions on this topic, be it in JEE Mains or JEE Advanced. In fact, in JEE Mains, you get a lot of questions. In JEE Advanced, you either get a very easy cakewalk question or a very lengthy calculation-oriented question. So make sure you are preparing well for this topic. You actually can do a revision again to understand this topic, to practice this topic. This could be a champion revision topic, guys. Okay, let's first of all read the question. If Q denotes the charge on the plate of a capacitor of capacitance C, the dimensional formula of Q square by C is what? Q square by C should be matching with energy. Energy is nothing but force into displacement. That is going to be ml square T to the power minus 2. That should be answer, should be C. Okay. So that was the easy one, I guess. Q square by 2C, if you remember, is energy. Good. Really good, students. Amazing. Really good. I believe everyone has answered it wrong and we have a new student. Anyway, don't worry about it. But do remember Q square by 2C is energy and Q square by C is also going to have the same dimensions, isn't it? Yeah, it is going to have the same dimensions. Okay, let's now have a look at this question of the following quantities which has dimensions different from the remaining 3. Students, yes, you can expect these kind of questions in your JEE Advanced. I've seen especially multiple correct answer questions. So they'll give you a set of quantities and you'll notice that one of the quantities, like one of the options will not have a matching one, or 2 options will have a matching one. They'll ask you which of the following quantities have an identical dimensional formulae, that is the one of the terminologies that is being used, or identical dimensions, or they have different dimensions. In this case, they have asked you energy per unit volume. What is this? This is energy density, force per unit area. Think about it. Yes, energy per unit volume and force per unit area are going to have same dimensions. What about angular momentum per unit mass? You think that should be the answer? I don't know. I really don't know. You have to assess it and let me know. Angular momentum per unit mass, should that be the answer? I'm not sure, guys. You are the expert. You must be knowing it. Or also think about product, but try to go for the easiest option and single correct options. You are assessing it. Maybe if you think product of voltage and that is going to take a lot of time, you could have straight away started with the easier one. Good students, good. Chaturanda Mondal, really good. Now you have really started cracking the questions. I'm really little happy to see that. And let's get started on the next one. Yes, this is also another kind of JEE Advanced question that you typically get in your exams. So they'll give you something like this. Even we'll see exactly how that comes out. So they'll give you something like this. Then you need to work around the dimensional formulae and find out what it should be relevant to. Okay, the mass of the liquid flowing per second unit area of cross sections of the tube is proportional to P to the power X and V to the power X. Okay, mass of the liquid, match the dimensional formulae. Match the dimensional formulae. Right now I cannot write it down over here. I'll tell you the hint. I'll give you the hint with each of these questions. But match the dimensional formulae. So they're asking you mass of liquid. Very simple, guys. Very simple. What is the dimensional formula on your LHS? Mass of the liquid flowing per unit second per unit area. M to the power L minus 1, L minus 2 and T to the power minus 1 is equal to something force by area. Force by area is going to give you L power minus 1 and into how much? I guess then M power 1 and you're going to have T to the power minus 2. You should have matched it and done it. That's it, guys. It's an equation matching question. I'm giving you the hint. This question I can't do it orally, but you should have done it. Good. Sugata Paul, really good. So yes, let's get on to it. Suganta, yeah, that was a good. Yeah, again, this is a JEE question, guys. This is a JEE Advanced question, not exactly like this. They have asked you for the dimensional formula of A. And what is this? This is actually a real equation. Okay. Okay, something is missing in this, but actually nothing is missing in this. No, actually nothing is missing in this, guys. Okay. Okay. This was a very similar one was asked as a JEE question. To add two quantities, they must have same dimensions. Do remember that. I can't add. Now think about it like this. I can't add a force with just acceleration, or I can't add a distance with volume. That does not make any sense, right? To add two quantities, they must have same dimensions, and this is the real equation of your ideal, not ideal gas, but a real gas. This is the real equation, or the equation of a real gas. So you add PV is equal to nRT, but this is how it should have been looking like. So A by V square should have the same dimensions of pressure. Isn't it, students? Yes, it should. So now think about it. P into V gives you what? P into V gives you work done. Work done, you can convert it. That's going to be 9 into centimeter. 9 into centimeter, this should have been pressure divided by, centimeter to the power 6. That should be answer. You know the answer right now, I believe. So yeah, you should have equated it to PV is equal to, good guys. So let's have a look at the solution, how to do it. I've discussed pretty much everything. Don't worry about question number 1. We'll be discussing this in the session. And question number 2, we have previously discussed it in our session. Okay, now first DPP, I took up a session on, not DPP, I believe we did a session on important quantities, okay. Okay, Chaturanta, you did it really good guys, really good. But let me give you some hints before we move on to the session today. This question number 1 we'll be discussing. Question number 2 we discussed in the important quantities and dimensional formulae, I believe, or significant figures. So this should have been the lecture number 2. You can check it out. I told you how to do this. You can take F is equal to Q1 Q2 divided by epsilon naught R square. You will get the answer. Okay. Either of the equations, whichever you are comfortable with, but I'm more comfortable with force. If you notice that entire lecture I've only made use of force. So these two I told you how to do it. These two are really simple. And how about this? Let's check out what is this. I'm neither sure about it. Okay. Yeah, this could have been done, guys. This we could have done it. So yes, I'll discuss this question. Okay. So this one. They have given you this thing. So you're gonna move by the significant figure concept, okay, or maybe the least count of the instrument. So you can expect a question like this in your JEE Advanced. So notice what is being given to you. The length of the length and the breadth of a rectangular sheet are given to you. Okay, they have measured it to an accuracy of 16.2 centimeters, and over here they have measured it to an accuracy of 10.1 centimeters. Which means your least count in this case of the instrument should have been 0.1 centimeters, which is going to be the error. Okay, and if 0.1 centimeters, you can calculate that in terms of the percentage, and basically you will add up both of them to know the error. Okay, to know the error, you will add up both of them and you would round it off. Actually, you need to round it off until 1/6. But since the option is given, you can do it. But the answer should have been, you'll round it off to the one significant figure, right? One significant figure after decimal point. Okay, so the answer should be 163.6 plus or minus 2.6 centimeters square. Okay, if they had told you to round it off, I believe this should have been answered. This question can be changed, but you understood the method. Okay, the most important thing is you need to understand the method. So given a question like this, see, if given options like this, you often get options like this in your JEE Advanced and JEE Mains. You will mark the nearest correct answer. Okay, you'll mark the nearest correct answer. You cannot, waste your time going after your examiner, appealing for, recorrection, or appealing for, okay, this is not correct, this question should be changed. It will take a lot of time, guys. Rather mark the right question or the nearest correct answer. So given to you length and the breadth of a rectangular sheet. So the length is 16.2 centimeters, which means the least count of the device is 0.1 centimeter. Okay, let's do a thing. I'll just discuss this question before we move on to the lecture. So given to you is just a moment, guys. Okay, this was units and dimensions. So there was two things given to you, I believe. One was length and the other one was breadth. Okay. And how do you do this? Length is given to you, then you know the least count. Okay. I think the length was given to you something as 10.1. And what was breadth given to you? Breadth was given to you. Okay, length was given to you as 16.1. Okay, let's interchange it. It's not a problem. And the breadth was given to you as, this is important guys. Okay, 16.2. Both are in centimeters. Okay. So what is the error maximum? So think about it. You have used some, like a vernier calipers or a scale with least count 0.1. That is when you will measure only up to 0.1 centimeters. So if you notice it carefully, the least count of the device should have been there's actually one more issue, but let's okay. The least count of the device should have been 0.1 centimeters. Okay. So your error in both length, if I'm talking about length or breadth, it can be maximum of 0.1 centimeters. Okay. 0.1 centimeter. And one more thing, students, how many number of significance you will have in area? Actually infinite. Okay. Yes, Kavya, yes, you can attend it. Okay, you can attend it if these topics are similar, guys. Okay, so that means if length of this, yes, don't worry about it. Okay, the length of it is 10.1 centimeter, breadth is 16.2 centimeter. That means you have only measured it to 0.1 centimeter accuracy, and it could have been like 16.15 centimeters or 16.1 centimeters, but you measured it as 16.2 centimeters, or it could have been 16.3 centimeters, you measured it as 16.2 centimeters. So maximum error in this case is 0.1 centimeters. And what would you do? You take a delta L by L to find out, and delta B by B to find out what is the percentage. I hope it's clear. 0.1 divided by 10.1 is near about 1% error in this case. So you can calculate that, and in this case it's going to be near about 1.5% error. You carefully notice it's 16.2 and 0.1. So I believe this should be like 1%, and this should be like a 0.5% error. Okay. This will be like 6% or 5% error or something like that. I believe 0.6% error, 0.7% error. So the overall error is anywhere around 0.16%. So you will calculate in terms of percentage. You will add them both, since your area was length into breadth. And as usual, you will calculate 162 into 10.1. So your area should be length into breadth. Your length was 16.2 into 10.1. This basically you move it by 2 decimals after calculating it. So that would be 162 and 1. So let's do this. So 162, you'll have a 0, and then there will be 2 zeros, and there will be 162. So that is 163.62. So this should be 163.62. But we haven't rounded off. We should round it off to the nearest 1 decimal place. But do remember, students, the number of significant figures in area is infinite. Okay, the number of significant area in, why? It's a universal. You derived it. You don't know really whether the area is really okay. But I believe area of a rectangle is straightforward. It's not a universal thing, so it is fine if you round it off to 163.63 centimeters square. And that being said, what should be the error? Error is 163.62. I mean like 6. Hi. Why would you take a drop if you're getting 150 rank? Why would you take a drop? Is there any point in taking the drop? Do you want to get into IIT Bombay? or what is, and still JEE Advanced isn't over, guys. So why do you want to even take a drop? I don't see the point. Okay, according to me, there is absolutely no reason to take a drop. We'll round it off to this, and plus or minus you can calculate the percent error. According to me, you should do in percentage and take a percentage error of this. In this case, if you remember, this is what you have to do. You have to multiply 0.1 into 10.1. So this could be actually even easier. Let's see how to do this. So this should be delta A percentage. And what is delta A percentage? Delta A percentage, or delta A, is equal to A into, so delta A by A is equal to delta L by L plus delta B by B. Okay, this is pretty easy, I guess. I thought it was a little lengthy, but actually this is easy. So this length into length, length into breadth. So here you will do delta L into B, and here you will do delta B into L. This is 0.1. If you notice, you can take it out as common, or you can just do 16.2. That even that could be easier. And this is how much? 10.1. Right? So how much does that give you? This gives you anywhere around 17.2, 17.3. I'm sorry, guys. So that should be 17.3. 17.3 into 0.1. Correct? 16.2 plus 10.1, that is going to be 17.3. 26.3. I'm sorry, guys. 26.3. What a blunder. You don't do these kind of blunders. 26.3. Okay, it is 26.3 into 0.1. That is going to give you 2.63 centimeters square. So this is plus or minus. You will round it off. This is going to be plus or minus 2.6 centimeters square. Right, that means this answer should be 163.6 plus or minus 2.6. That is it. Okay, 2. So you have rounded off to the nearest significant figure, centimeter square. Okay, this is how much error can occur. Good, really good, Charunta. 4,000 rank is pretty good. And students, these sessions are happening for you. Don't miss it out. I know 2.5 lakh people are going to appear, or at least 2 lakhs of you are going to appear for JEE Advanced. But do JEE Advanced really well. I told you in what to do after JEE Mains. So if you can watch that session, go and watch it after this one. So what to do after JEE Mains. We also have a special session tomorrow where we'll be assessing the best options after JEE Mains. So in that thing, I discussed pretty much, what you can do after your JEE Mains. So there are many options. Don't miss out JEE Advanced. If you got 4,000 rank in JEE Mains, maybe you get 2,000 rank in JEE Advanced, or maybe you even get 1,000 rank or something. You get into one of those IITs with a CSE branch or EC branch, and guys, that is it. That is all you need to do. That is it. Like, your life is set once you get into IITs or NITs, into one of the best branches. You don't need to worry about anything, but you need to put in that effort, guys. Okay, so don't give it up, and you know what to do. You need to solve as many PYQs as possible. Okay, and congrats Comment Master, and congrats Churanta. It's good, but more careful. I've seen your performance now, but you have done it really well in your exam, but you should be more careful about marking the answers. I believe 80 seconds is not a good enough time, but yes, practice as many JEE Advanced questions as possible. That will get you into the JEE Advanced League. Get me guys. JEE Mains and JEE Advanced have a huge difference in terms of pattern. Huge means huge difference. You will notice it throughout the session that what is the real difference between JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. Okay, this session is not going to tell you much, because units and dimensions, in fact, your JEE Mains are going to have tougher questions or more confusing questions, whereas your JEE Mains, JEE Advanced typically only has lot of confusing, tricky and challenging questions. Solve as many papers as possible. Next week we'll be completely only discussing your JEE Advanced question papers. Make sure you attend every single session, and that is very important. And good. Yeah, don't. What is the minimum rank of IITs? You can get it up to 20,000, but try to secure within few. I would say within 5,000 is a reasonable thing. If you get it within 5,000, you will get into one of the good institutes, one of the good branches. Maybe up until 6,000, 7,000 it is fine. But beyond that, I believe you can take NITs. If you can get into old IITs, that is the best option. If you're getting into new IITs, get the best branch. Okay, then branch will matter the most. Or try to get into NITs. NITs for this kind of rank, you will get any branch. Okay. The quiz will be happening every day. Broccoli, don't worry about it. The quiz is going to happen every day. So let's see, we have missed out any other question. So yes, we'll be discussing this question. Don't worry about it. We'll be discussing a very similar one. I told you how to solve this. Question number 6. So yes, we'll be discussing these kind of questions. Okay, let's then just get into the lecture. Let's not spend time on the solution of the quiz. Okay, yeah, congrats students. Really good to have brilliant students like you. And let's move on. So today is going to be a PYQ session. Mostly JEE Advanced questions is what we are going to discuss today and Friday and also tomorrow. And from Monday onwards, we'll be discussing JEE Advanced paper. Don't miss any of them out. And that being said, students, if you know me well and good, if not, I'm Murlidharan Gopalakrishnan. I completed my MS in Electrical Engineering from University of Colorado Boulder, and I'm also an IITian who completed BTech from IIT Guwahati. I have 4+ years of experience preparing students for IIT JEE and other competitive exams. I have filed 25 patent applications involving just physics and computational mathematics. And guys, that is possible because I understand the subject really well. That is what you need to do. You need to understand. Even if you don't remember things, even if you don't memorize things, try to learn things as much as possible and you can do amazing things. And today we are going to do something very experimental, that is going to be PYQs on your units and dimensions. And that being said, students, like if you're already on Telegram app, just click onto this link. This link is available in the description box below, and that is all you need to do. You need to click onto that link or just type in JEE_English to find us on Telegram app. So these are the two ways. And what is this JEE English? JEE English is nothing but a free of cost initiative by Unacademy, where you get quality lectures from the basics until depth for your like JEE Advanced and JEE Mains preparation. And this is the nation's first channel where you get such a content from such a lecturers for free of cost and completely and exclusively in English. So make sure you click on that subscribe button and bell notification if you haven't yet done it, so that you can get timely updates. And also get onto a Telegram app, because this is also a way of getting timely updates on our YouTube sessions, special Sunday sessions, special Saturday sessions, be it notes or like some DPPs that are being occasionally or frequently posted out. So you need to click onto this link and type in JEE English, or just click onto this link. Okay, you need to download Telegram app and just type in JEE English, or just click onto this link available in the description box below, and you get pretty much every updates that is being conducted. And JEE Advanced aspirants, if you have time, complete the A to Z of current and electricity, since you can expect 2 to 3 questions, if not more, in your JEE Advanced. Combine both of these papers, you can expect at least 5 questions, 3 to 5 questions. So make sure you are completing all of it, guys. It's A to Z current and electricity series. Don't miss out anything. I've started even discussing quiz around this topic, but it is your responsibility to complete it. And more importantly, complete the electrical measuring instruments in one shot. And this is one of those relevant topics from which you get your JEE Advanced and JEE Mains question. Typically every year you get a question. Every year in JEE Advanced you get a question. You have 2 papers, one among them generally as an electrical measurement topic, and this comes with the combination of either error analysis, significant figures, or current and electricity itself. So generally these are the 3 topics that is combined with. So this is a part of current and electricity. So make sure you cover this topic along with error analysis. Error analysis is where I've noticed most of the questions in combination with in your JEE Advanced especially. or even in your JEE Mains in electrical measuring instruments. The other one is current electricity. It was conducted on 1st of September very recently, and I planned it for you guys so that you are prepared for your JEE Advanced and JEE Mains. So this was the reason that we conducted it. So cover it as quick as possible. It's available on the Unacademy Learning app. And if you're totally new and don't know about this Unacademy Learning app, you need to download it, guys. I'll discuss about this. And tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. we are going to discuss the best options that can be availed after JEE Mains. So what can you do best after JEE Mains? Based on your results and based on your assessment. You need your personal assessment, you need your personal judgment. I cannot tell you everything, but you need also your own personal judgment to make it happen. So tomorrow 5:30 p.m. sharp, guys, we will have this session on Unacademy Learning app. Again, this is a free of cost session. This is a free of cost session, just like rest of them, just like the A to Z current and electricity series and electrical measuring instruments. And we also discussed projectile motion. But okay, anyway, these two lectures are more relevant to your JEE Advanced preparation. If you have time, do cover projectile motion as well. I'm expecting one question this time in your JEE Advanced from projectile motion. Probably, let's see what happens, because there are two papers and there was a lot of delay in your examination. But anyway, JEE Advanced was then delayed, so you can typically expect the same kind of paper. So tomorrow 5:30 p.m. what is the best options after JEE Advanced? One is your JEE Mains. So cover your JEE Advanced. Solve as many PYQs as possible. Okay, if you don't have time, this is a hint. If you have time, come over and listen to the session so that you can understand what can be done. And to attend these sessions, you need to download an Unacademy Learning app. Just type in Unacademy on your Google Play Store and App Store, and the first result that you will find is your Unacademy Learning app, and one of the most sought after apps in India. Just install it and you will get to attend many such free of cost sessions, and you'll get timely live updates on the sessions happening every day, guys. It's an amazing platform where you get all the amazing updates, and also you get access to many more things. If you're looking for an awesome thing for your JEE preparation, for your time test, we have that, guys. All you need to do is you need to click on to this extension, and you'll choose plus as your goal. Along with your goal, you choose the plus as your goal. You'll click on the extension plus as your goal. Then you will choose your goal as IIT JEE, and then you will avail the subscription. Yes, it's a paid subscription. What do you get in this? You get all of the free of the cost lectures on JEE English. But guys, let me tell you, this is the Champions 2 for your JEE preparation. It comes with everything that you need for your JEE preparation. We have a very structured program, and this structured programs are organized by many best educators across the nation. Especially when it comes to IIT JEE, we have the best educators on the platform. And guys, we have the best educators. That being said, you need to hurry up and choose that educators program so you can learn from that educator and get your doubts in time cleared from those educators. Okay, so the best batches are being that will be commencing right now, because JEE Advanced or JEE Mains just got over and JEE Advanced will be getting over. So soon the batches will be coming up, and make sure you choose the best educator. You get to learn in a very structured way. This is the Champions tool. So you get to attend, the series, the lecture series accordingly, and post that, you can every 3 days. The 4th day is going to be a doubt clearing session, and you get access to live quizzes, live test series, just like what we have been attending now, but even better, with all the leaderboards, dashboards, real-time environment, and you get personalized insights. You get the leaderboard, you can analyze your standing, you get to have access to the national standing, which is very important, students, because you get to learn from it, like what is my national standing and where I need to improve, whether it is to do with the timing or whether it's to do with accuracy. So if you're lagging in timing but your accuracy is really good, that means you are able to precisely do the problem without any hassle. Probably a JEE Advanced aspirant, but your timing is really good. Maybe your precision is not the best. Maybe you are maybe a JEE Mains aspirant. So if you want to get into those IITs, you need to improve that precision, you need to improve your technique, you need to improve the concept. If your timing is not good, still you have to improve it, guys. Be it your JEE Advanced or JEE Mains aspirant, you have no second option. You need to improve the timing, and you get everything on this Plus subscription or Unacademy JEE subscription. This is a dedicated oriented program for students who aspire to excel in the exams. And that being said, let's understand, yeah, you can finish it tomorrow, but make sure broccoli. So one of the things is don't procrastinate, guys. If you already have a plus subscription, so one of my students is saying that I saw a test series in Unacademy which will finish tomorrow. Can I start tomorrow? If it is finishing tomorrow, you should be probably doing it earlier. But because procrastination is one of the things. I mean, it's good you can learn and attend the test series, and it's also good to give the test series rather than not to give the test series. But be as early as possible, attend as many test series as possible. That's the reason you have the subscription. You need to get accustomed to that environment, and that is what Unacademy provides you. And that being said, it's a very reasonable thing, guys. And once you apply Murli Live coupon, once you get the subscription and apply, choose your correct program. So 24-month program is the most apt program because it's a 2-year long journey, and typically students prepare for 2 to 3 years, but 2 years is good enough many a times. So sometimes yes, 3 years, people prepare for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, forget it. Okay, 2 years is good enough. We have programs that can ensure that you can crack IIT JEE in 2 years, and we also have programs for 1-year students, but you need dedicated time. And this is typically and mostly for students in 11th class, 10th class, and 9th class. Okay, this is not meant for long-term students. Long-term students, you need to go for a 12-month subscription. And even in 12th class, you can think about it if you are already well planned for your drop or long-term efforts. And that being said, just apply Murli Live coupon to get this price of rupees 2,100 per month. So this is only going to cost you as much as you would spend on your travel, guys. So that's going to be only 2,100 per month after you apply Murli Live coupon. If you apply this coupon, I get to know that you have come for this program. And that being said, guys, this is very economical, this is very reasonable, and more importantly, we have convenient payment options for you. So we have introduced a feature where you can pay in parts. You can split your subscription into multiple payments. Okay, you can pay some part of the subscription fee now, and then later you can pay the rest. Okay, this is pay in parts feature, and what you need to do is you need to just download the app, choose your program, pay in part. So this you can avail it on any program that is going to be 15,000 and above, and I believe most of you are anyway going to choose 15,000 and above programs. So you click on this and you can get the subscription at that cost. And that being said, guys, we also have no cost EMI on your credit and debit cards, so you can also avail it. And we also have other traditional payment option methods, but these are some payment option methods. No cost EMI and paying parts is again another form of no cost EMI, which is going to be convenient for you for your payment things. We have other payment modes as well. And that being said, your 12-month subscription, if you're a long-term or a dropout student and you only have 1 year, we have dedicated programs for that. You don't need to worry about it. Right now we have 1.5 K, that is 1,000 plus active courses or enrollments going on for your JEE 2021 aspirants. So you can choose your program accordingly, and your fee is going to be only less than 2,900, that is only 2,888, and you get this price after you apply Murli Live coupon. So do not forget to apply the Murli Live coupon to get the best discount on your purchase. So it's very important that you get the best discount, and it's very important you choose the right kind of program. Guys, 2 years, good enough. 1 year, you need to work hard, and we have all the materials, 6,000 plus materials for your JEE preparation, but you need to put in that efforts, because you are typically going to screw over some of your questions. You're not going to do some of your questions well, and you know that if you haven't done it this year, you can do it the next year. You need to keep this thing in your mind. Failure is the stepping stone to success, guys. Everyone who has tasted success has failed at some point of time. There are hardly people who haven't failed and succeeded on the day one, but most of them have failed it, learned it the way, and then succeeded. And you need to have the dream and target in your mind to make it happen, students. People who learn from their mistakes are the ones who will succeed. You cannot keep on repeating your mistakes. That could be the worst thing that you can ever do in your life. And you need to have a dream, you need to have your target, and you need to keep on thinking about it. I mean, thinking about it in a sense, it should be like like once in a while thing, not every moment you're thinking about it, but that dream and goal should drive you towards everything that you want to do. I come every day at 7:30 p.m. on JEE English, guys. This is an amazing channel by Unacademy where we deliver all your lectures so that you can get into IITs and NITs, and that too exclusively and completely in English. So learn from your mistakes, and let's get started with the first problem. This question, I brought it up first because this was twice asked just in JEE Advanced. So take your time, students, take your time, but solve the question. Okay, this was asked twice, not once but twice. What is MKS? Is it meters, kilograms and seconds? And what is Q? Q is actually charge. Okay, Q is actually charge. If you remember, we used to do it in current. Current is the fundamental unit. Charge is not the fundamental unit, but they have asked you to express magnetic induction and capacitance in dimensions of MKS, Q, and then actually what you have to find out is dimensions of Y. Okay, X is capacitance and Z is magnetic induction. So do it, get started. I've given you all the hints that you need to get started on the problem. Just quickly, and let's see how many of you get this correct. And I believe it's going to take a couple of minutes. And this was asked twice, guys, not once but twice in your JEE Advanced. Twice. Same question. Once it was a numerical question, the other time it was a multiple choice question. This never happens. Okay, do it. Take your time, but do it. Meanwhile, I'll get started on it. It's an easy one. So you have two things. One is capacitance. So let me tell you the easiest way to calculate the dimension formula of capacitance. If you remember it, good. If not, you go Q is equal to CV. Then C is equal to Q by V. And if you remember, how do you translate this voltage into some meaningful thing that we remember? I typically like to take V into I, because I is a fundamental unit. V into I is equal to power. Here it is going to be P by I. And what is I? I is nothing by Q by T. Okay, this is going to be Q square by Q by T is I, right? I is nothing but Q by T. That is what I'm writing it down as Q square by P into T. P into T is Q square by work done. Right, easy. And that is going to give you Q square by force into displacement. Okay, let's do it. Let's write down the dimensional formula. Now let's not do the entire thing. So I need to calculate the dimensional formula of, first of all, C in terms of Q and MLT. MKS is nothing but MLT. This is L, this is M, and this is T. Okay, how much is that going to give you, guys? This is going to give me Q to the power 2 and mass into force into displacement. Force I know is M to the power, I'm writing it down as M to the power -1 because I'm directly writing it down. Okay, this should be written on the denominator. So M to the power -1 and L to the power -2 and T to the power 2. This is what we have. And what about your Z? Z has a dimensions of magnetic induction. I'm just going to make use of another color right now. So let's understand this. Magnetic induction in this case is nothing but magnetic field. Okay, magnetic induction, magnetic field, same thing. So my favorite formula is F is equal to, you can use your own, F is equal to Q into V cross B. I like this one. And in fact, the entire session we did use nothing other than force relation. Force relation was the key to our analysis. So this is going to be m into L t to the power minus 2. Okay, mass into acceleration is force, and it's going to be q over here, and this is L t to the power minus 1. So why am I writing it down like this? Because it simplifies things. It simplifies things. I like to do it this way. Now if you have noticed, I can directly cancel out few things quickly and move on. Okay, you need to find out the easiest way to do the problem, not the lengthiest way to do the problem. That is the key. Okay, this is going to be the dimension formula of magnetic induction is quite easy, which is m to the power 1. And in terms of Q, you have to express, don't forget it, don't go and write it down in terms of current. In the haste, read the questions carefully. That is the difference between JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. You need to read the question very, very carefully and practice as many questions as possible. So t to the power minus 1, is that what you have? Yes, that's what we have. And q to the power minus 1, since that RHS thing is going to move into LHS. Right, now what is the thing? You need to find out the dimensional formulae of y. Okay, dimensional formulae of y in terms of x and z. So if I told you what is y, y is x divided by 3z square. When it comes to dimension formula, 3 does not make any difference. Okay, 3 does not make any difference. Okay, so that being said, I can remove the 3 and move forward while calculating the dimension formula. I'm just talking about the dimension formula, nothing else. Okay, so x, what is the value of x? We just calculated x. X is capacitance, x is q square, m to the power minus 1, L to the power minus 2, t square. Okay, m to the power minus 1, sorry, L to the power minus 2, t to the power minus 1, q square. You can check it out. Okay, this is what is written over there. Divided by directly again converting it, writing to the power minus, because you can add it up or subtract it accordingly. Okay, so once again let me verify this. Always try to verify in questions like this. This was t to the power 2. I'm really sorry. Okay, this was t to the power 2. Whether that is correct, let me verify it. Yes, that should be. Okay, this should be t to the power. Yes, in questions like this, lengthier calculation, you verify it and you go about it. E square, L square, L. Okay, I believe everything is in place now, and so this everything would be inverted. Become t to the power 1, q to the power 1, m to the power minus 1. I will write it down as m to the power minus 1, t to the power 1. If you notice it was t to the power minus 1. And q to the power. Okay, this should be whole square. You forget 3. You multiply them. Just like you add up the powers. So that's going to be m to the power minus 3. You can do the rest of the calculations, I believe. And it's going to be L to the power minus 2. And this is going to t to the power 4 and q to the power 4. Okay, something like this would come up. You can do the calculations and understand it. Okay, the answer should be B. Okay, this is what we got. So let's move on to the next question. This was asked twice, so practice this question again and again if you didn't get it, and we'll also discuss some important questions around which typically you can expect your JEE Advanced problems. And also JEE Mains. This is a very simple problem if you have completed your electrostatics. Yeah, if you completed your electrostatics, this is, or even if you completed my capacitor lecture, this is an easy one, guys. Okay, So what is this all about? Don't go the traditional way, putting down the dimension formulae. If you don't remember, yes, do it. If you remember, don't do it. If you remember, don't at all do it. Okay. This is a very conceptual thing. Think about two plates, two charged plates, or even two spheres, and how would you find out the energy stored by those plates, or like what is that thing that we are calculating over here? E is electric field, epsilon naught is free space permittivity. It's very easy, students. Very easy. This is the easiest question this is the second easiest question that we are going to solve today. That is the hint for you to get started on this question. You can write down the dimensional formula of electric field, you can write down the dimensional formula of epsilon naught, or you can write down the formula of electric field and go about this question. And that way you will get it as q square q to the power 4, and on the denominator you will get it as r to the power 4 on the into epsilon naught. Again, that is too much time. I'll give you a short way of doing this problem. In fact, you know this, I believe. What is this half epsilon naught e square? This is energy density. Energy density b square by 2 mu naught and e square into epsilon naught are nothing but energy density. Okay. You will in fact learn a lot about this when you move into your higher classes, especially if you're an electrical engineer, or if you're going to become, if you're going to pursue some course related to physics, you'll understand this thing really well. Okay, oscillating fields, you'll typically calculate the energy content by the field this way. This is actually energy density, I'm sorry. Okay. So anyway, there you are only worried about energy density, not real energy. You can't calculate the energy of the field propagating throughout the space. But this is a more relevant quantity. You can calculate it, but this is more relevant quantity. So now, what is energy density? Energy density is energy per unit volume. Isn't it? That's it. Energy, force into displacement. Or you can remember any other way you want. Volume L cube. Force into displacement. That's what I like to do, but it's up to you. M into L square t to the power minus 2. You cancel out this L square and you'll have L to the power minus 1 on the top. Quite simple, wasn't it? Yes, it was, students. So that's the reason, do it twice, do dimensional analysis twice, once in the beginning to understand the concept, other in the end. So this will give you a little bit exposure to the concepts, and when you do it at the end, this will give you the marks. You understand everything, you remember everything, this will give you the marks. Easy marks, not just marks, but easy marks. Sometimes cakewalk, sometimes not a cakewalk. If not a cakewalk, don't waste your time. If a cakewalk, it's worth spending that time. How much time did it take? Literally, if you had known everything, this would have taken you less than a minute. Minute is too much. Energy density, right? I think it should have been m to the power 1. Okay, this should have been m to the power 1, guys. Okay, don't worry about it. This should have been not m to the power 0. But anyway, everywhere there is this error, so you understood what it is. So it's L to the power 1 and L to the power minus 1 and T to the power minus 2. Answer should be C. Okay. So let's move on to the next question. This was an easy question, less than a minute. You could have done it. So yeah, very interesting question, guys. A very interesting one. And so pressure depends upon distance. Okay, distance given as P is equal to alpha by beta exponential minus alpha z divided by k theta. K theta, theta sometimes is also the temperature, guys. Okay, theta you use T for temperature, sometimes you use theta. Okay, K is Boltzmann constant, generally denoted with capital K, but yeah, even small k can be used. But they're telling you everything, and Z is the distance. Okay, alpha and beta are constants. The dimensions of beta are what? Very, very easy question. Literally 2 minutes is what you have to spend thinking about this question, guys. What is this? This is pressure. Okay, this is pressure. Think about it. Take your time, but try to do it within 1 minute. Agree, the first question could have been something that would have taken time, but that question was asked twice, so you have to practice it and keep those kind of questions thorough. But these kind of questions are literally the cakewalk that you get in an exam. Okay, go by your gas laws and your concept of thermodynamics. This will become super easy. What is K into theta? Just think about what is K into theta. Everything will become clear. I'll tell you, this question should not take more than 2 minutes. Not even 2 minutes, like 1 minute, okay? We'll get started on this. Let's not wait anymore. So, how do you do this? K into theta, if you remember, is nothing but, K into theta is what? Or K into T is nothing but K into theta. Remember, P into V. Why I'm talking about P into V, we'll come to that point because our question was there. K into T or K into theta. What is that? Work done? Is it just work done? Is this just work done? Okay. Now analyze this thing inside the exponential, and this should be dimensionless. Alpha Z by K theta. Don't think that every constant is dimensionless. No, constants are not dimensionless. If you have done units and dimension chapter, that thing will become clear to you. And constants have infinite significant figures. Understand that point. Okay, constants have infinite significant figure. Alpha into Z divided by K theta. What does that tell you? This is dimensionless, and this is work done. So I'm just doing writing down in terms of dimensional formulae. So that's why I'm using this arrow, else I could just use is equal to, or sometimes proportionality thing can be used, but anyway constants can have units, so I'm not doing it. So K into theta divided by Z. Okay, so dimension of alpha should be K into theta divided by C or Z. Okay, and what is this? This is work done divided by Z. And what is this? This is force into displacement. Is that what it is? Divided by some Z. So dimensions of alpha is same as dimensions of force. Maybe it is also a force. If you read this equation, yes, you'll understand it's a form of force. So dimensions of alpha is same as dimensions of force. Now exponential does not add any weight to it. And what is this? This is pressure, I believe. And what is pressure? Pressure is force per unit area. You apply that force, it's basically force per. Don't go through the entire dimension analysis in JEE Advanced. Sometimes you have to do it, but mostly you don't have to do the entire thing. Force per unit area. Okay. Alpha corresponds to force. Then what should beta correspond to? Area. Alpha corresponds to force. Don't think I'm writing alpha by beta means alpha is force. Since we derived that the dimensions of alpha is equal to force from this, like the exponential thing inside. Since exponential, something inside that exponential should be dimensionless, we derive the the value of alpha. The dimensional formula of alpha, which should be k into theta by z. You can calculate the entire dimension thing. I'm not interested in it because we don't have that much time in the exam. Okay, or even in practice problems, it's fine. You don't do it. During your practice sessions, during the initial times, yes, do it as many times as possible. If it had been normal DPP session, I would have been doing this. But yes, we are on PYQ session, so we are not going to do this. So alpha should correspond to the dimensions of force. And this is pressure is force by area. Since alpha corresponds to force, okay, alpha has a dimension, force dimension. What should your beta have? Beta should have, so you notice this thing over here, beta should have dimensions of area. Beta should have dimensions of area. Is that what it is? Yes. Beta should have dimensions of area. Okay. Now that being said, what is the dimension of area? So dimension of beta is same as dimension of area, which is nothing but L to the power 2. It was a simple question. Okay, answer should be C. Right? Alright, let's move on to the next one then. I believe this was a simple one. Okay, if you haven't understood it, you can rewind it and watch it. Maybe once the video gets completed, you can slow it down or speed it up accordingly. But this was a super simple one. Okay, let's move on to the next question then, and let's get started with this. A quantity x is given by epsilon naught L into delta V by delta T, where epsilon naught is free space permittivity. Okay. Epsilon, you know this thing, guys. This was the question in the quiz. Didn't we have this question? It's a JEE Advanced question. Have a look at the quality of the questions in the quiz. But you are doing a dimensional analysis over here, okay? There also we did the dimensional analysis. Don't go about doing everything. That's my honest suggestion, okay? JEE Advanced question, first think of the trickiest and the easiest way to do it. Generally, your JEE Advanced questions, some of them will take time, some of them are meant to be done in like 1 minute, okay? If you have like, let's say 20 questions or 15 questions, like 10 questions or 5 questions can be done in a minute. And delta T is the time interval or time, okay? Dimensions is going to be time. What is the dimensional formula of x? They're given you some quantities. This is typically they'll give you one quantity, they'll ask you to match it with the dimensions of other quantity. Okay. Dimensions of permittivity, you need to calculate it, but don't do it that way. Think about capacitance. Typically in JEE Advanced, you don't have to always calculate it. You need to remember the concept. Yes, you can do epsilon naught dimensions. Let me tell you, the dimension of epsilon naught is nothing but force into r square divided by q square. Q square divided by force into r square. Okay. But don't go about it. And q is nothing but I into t. Don't go about it. There is a simple way if you understand capacitance. What is capacitance? Capacitance is epsilon A by D. So dimensions of capacitance is same as saying just think about dimensional formulae. Okay, think about dimensional formulae. Let's say in this case, this is not true. In dimensional analysis, what we are analyzing is what is this quantity x? What is the nature of x? Okay, you can do that way, but now think about it in this way. This is, let's say, the distance between the plates. It's not true, that is same as the width of the plates. Okay, so you'd get it as something like this. So according to dimensional formula, epsilon naught L corresponds to capacitance. Understand that point. Try to think in the every possible scenario that you remember to solve this problem. And if you remember what is V, when we have started talking about capacitance, didn't we? Yes, we started talking about capacitance, dimensional formula of capacitance. So what is delta V? V is going to have same formula, V2 minus V1, or delta, which is nothing but delta V, is going to have same dimensions as V. Okay, so dimensionally they are same. So I'm just writing it as V. What is the value of V? It's actually it's delta V. Okay, it's Q by C. Q is equal to CV. It's Q by C. So here replace this delta V. So we are just doing dimensional analysis. So forget the real phenomena. You're just trying to understand the nature of X, not the X itself. Okay. So now I'm going to write down this term given to me as epsilon naught epsilon naught L. So one more thing, if you have noticed, you are noticing something very interesting and easy. Still, you don't have to reduce it. You have to only reduce it at the end. This we just discussed. This is this. Okay, what is Q by C? That is delta V. Okay, I've replaced this. Okay, I should have even replaced that one. But anyway, let's do it in the next thing. You don't have to write everything every time down. Okay, 1 by delta T. So this can be written as, correspondingly. This is not exactly how you should do it. Q by, this is exactly how you should do it, but this is not exactly how it should be done. This is going to be Q by C, Q into 1 by delta T. What is Q by T? It corresponds to, okay, I think we have limited space. Q by delta T corresponds to what? Current. Q by delta T as the dimensions of current. As a dimension of current. Am I correct, students? Yes. Right? Simple. Current. So the nature of X is something going to be like current. We don't know exactly whether it's current or current density into area and things like that, but it is something that has to correspond to current. Okay, this is how dimensional analysis helps us, students. Okay, this is how you do it. Don't go about finding the dimensional formula of epsilon naught and multiplying it with L, then finding out V. Lot of time. Quick way, easy ways to do it. That's why solve the PYQs. If you're a champion in JEE Mains, that does not ensure you'll become a champion in JEE Advanced. You need to do PYQs to understand the technique, to understand how to do JEE Advanced problems. That will simplify process for you guys. This 1 week is meant for that. This 1 week is meant for that, students. Okay. Okay. This thing you don't need to work hard. It's a JEE Advanced question. And which of the following sets have? I don't know. I corrected. So this should be, I believe, same. Yeah, different dimensions. Yeah. This is a single correct answer, right? Yeah, this is single correct answer. Generally, you get identical. Read the question carefully. So this is different dimensions. So which of the following has different dimensions in this case? Pressure, Young modulus, stress, or EMF, potential difference, electrical potential. I believe if you remember, these three are the same things. You talk about EMF, it's not of electrical nature, but it's an electrochemical nature thing. But if you remember, EMF and potential difference is the same thing, and it is same as electrical potential. Okay. How about heat? Work done on energy? Yes, they have same dimensions. These three have same dimension. Okay, now let's understand one more thing. I would have directly read all three and try to identify the one that had, like the different dimensions. Are you sure? Are you sure? Think about this. Is electrical flux and electrical field same, students? E dot dA is electrical flux, where E is electrical field. Can electrical field and electrical flux have same dimensions? No, they can't have same dimensions. Electrical flux is E into dA or E into area, E dot dA. If it is a uniform electric field, you can write it down as E dot dA. And if that is also, parallel to, area vector is parallel or the area is totally perpendicular to electric field, you can write it down as E dot A. That is all you need to do. Alright. So D should be answer. I'm sorry. D should be answer. You could have straight away and easily identified it. But what about this? If it was multiple correct answer, what is Young's modulus? Stress by strain. What is stress? Stress is nothing but, it's either a shear force or depending upon the type of stress, it is basically force by area. Pressure is also force by area. What is Young's modulus? Stress by strain. Strain does not have any dimensions. If you remember, this is stress by strain, right? And strain is dimensionless. Length divided by change in length divided by length. Okay, so this thing is dimensionless. Strain is dimensionless. So Young's modulus, stress and pressure has same dimensions. Opt out for the easiest answer. Eliminate things or choose the things that has the correct answer. Okay, in this case you could have simply said it is D even without analyzing it. Okay, let's do the next thing. Dimension of Planck constant. What is the dimensions of Planck constant? Okay, this was actually a numerical question, but anyway I took it as a multiple choice question, and one is only correct. So should Planck constant have 0 dimension, m to the power 0, l to the power 0, t to the power 0, or is it something else? Think about it carefully. It's a very easy one, students. You don't have to put in much efforts. If you need any help, if you haven't studied that chapter at photoelectric effect, it should be E is equal to h mu, or the energy content in one quanta packet of light is equal to h mu. Okay. E is equal to h mu, where h is not dimensionless. Planck constant comes from that E is equal to h mu, where h is the Planck constant. And you know the value of mu, dimensions. Simple, I believe. So let's do it. E is equal to h mu. What is mu? 1 by t. Okay. So Planck constant should have some dimensions equivalent to E into mu, which is going to be force into distance. I think it is A. Yes, this is A. Yeah, it's A. Yeah, that's correct. Amazing. Really good. Really good. Yeah, this is, I like to go this way, force into distance into time. This is how I take up H. Just corresponds to that. It's not really true. Okay. There is no such thing as electromagnetic force. There's only electromagnetic energy loss. And that being said, this is m into, I'm writing down for force because that is something that we easily remember. M into L into e to the power minus 2 into L into dimension of t. You could have straight away said it even without doing all the calculations, just like how we did it over here, because you have worked on so many times. That is answer A. That is correct. Okay. Really easy. Okay, let's move on to the next question then. Yes, this was also asked in a quiz. What did I tell you? You can only add quantities of similar nature. Okay, you can always and ever only add quantities of similar nature. This was the first and the foremost thing that we studied when it came to physical physical quantities. Okay, when we start with vectors, that is the first thing that we studied. You can only add or subtract. In physics, that is true, right? You can't add any to quantities, anything. You can't add area to volume. Even when it comes to math, you can't add area to volume. Okay, so you can only add, quantities of similar nature. Yeah, I hope you understood that point. I'll come to this point, how to do this question very simply. This question can be done even more simpler than what you can do using all the dimension analysis, add only quantities of similar nature. Okay, remember this. This is based actually on this principle more than anything, and this is actually the equation for the state of real gas. PV is equal to nRT is for ideal gas. This is the equation. Okay, this is the equation. Let's understand what is A. So if you can only add quantities of similar nature, then A corresponds something to like pressure. A corresponds something to pressure. That is true. This is something that you can't change. Okay, this is true. This is true, students. This is true. Okay, this was an adjusted thing that was added. So what happened was initially this gas equation, ideal gas equation, was proposed, and post that many experiments were conducted, and there was some irregularity. Okay, there was a lot of irregularity, not some irregularity, but a lot of irregularity. And van der Waals equation, I guess, and then someone like I don't remember who was the scientist or etc., or maybe it was van der Waals self. Then that person proposed that, all right, I've noticed a very interesting thing. So they generally plot it on x and y. Okay, they don't plot everything just PV is equal to nRT means just don't do the error analysis right away. So I'm actually expecting some value of P into V, which should be equal to R into T. But whenever I'm plotting it, I'm observing some deviations. There was some deviations. And he noticed interestingly that there is some relation between V is nothing but volume. Okay, there is some relation between this first quantity P and the error in the P and what should have it been at some temperature with something relevant to V, volume. And they came up with this equation. Yeah. That's what they typically come up with, all the adjustment factors, everything that you notice in your scientific experiments. So your A into V square should correspond to pressure, shouldn't it? Yes, it should. Now let's understand what is this, how to do it in a very simple manner. That also tells you A should correspond to something P into V square. Let's understand P into V into V. Why am I writing it down like this? What is P into V? P into V corresponds to something known as work done. Simply said, P into V corresponds something to energy or work done. Okay, energy loss or work done on the gas, if you remember. And V you can just carry out it as V. Now our analysis is simpler, isn't it? Our analysis is super simple. So what we need to do now, all we need to do is typical thing. Write it down for work done. Force into displacement, force m to the power 1, displacement L to the power so here you would have L square, because force into displacement, force would have mass into acceleration. This is T to the power minus 2. And volume L cube. Simple. I believe in those options only one has L to the power 5. That's it. The two of them have L to the power 5. Anyway, it should not be m to the power minus 1. So it should be m to the power 1. Okay. So the answer should be C. Okay, this A corresponds to m to the power L to the power 5 and T to the power minus 2. Okay, simple. This is how you do it, students. Earlier question, a very similar model. This question, a very similar model. This is how you have to do it. Don't spend a lot of time, thinking about, okay, I'll calculate the dimension of P, I'll calculate the dimension of V. Go about it. Try to find the easiest way to do it. Alright, let's get into the next question, guys. This kind of question also came twice. Actually, thrice, I believe. This on a very similar thing. One time it was one correct answer, one time it was a numerical answer, one time it was multiple correct answer, twice it was multiple correct answer. Okay, so what are they asking you? Which of the following combinations have dimensions of time? Any guesses? There are multiple correct answers. You are on JEE Advanced PYQ. So you are going to have questions with multiple correct answers. Get accustomed to it. Get accustomed to the trickiness. Get accustomed to multiple correct answers. Multiple correct answers typically can also go by method of substitution, easiest way. And also method of elimination is not very safe in multiple correct. Because if you do eliminate things, there might be leftover option that is correct maybe. But method of substitution you can easily do it, but this does not require anything. This requires basic knowledge. What is that? What are those two options that correspond to dimensions of time? What is your time constant? If you remember, time constant has dimensions of time, and tau is equal to RC, is it? So option A is correct. This you will read later. Okay, so 1 by under root LC would correspond to frequency. This thing you can remember if you want to remember now, or else you can do this thing. Okay, what is RC? RC is, RC some tau 1 of that circuit. What is L by T? L by T is, L by R is tau 2. Okay. If you have inductor and resistor in combination, and if you have resistor and capacitor in combination, this is going to be big circuits. Time constant, or it's also frequency, guys. Okay, it's actually frequency more than time constant. We'll understand that part when we get into AC circuits. And so tau 1 and tau 2 are basically time constants. Multiply them. What happens? RR will get cancelled. If I do tau 1 into tau 2, which is nothing but L by L into C, with this as a dimension of T square, or the T square, that capital T square. That means under root LC as a dimension of T. One important thing that you have to remember is 1 by under root LC is nothing but frequency. Okay, 1 by under root LC is nothing but frequency. This is wrong. Okay, this is frequency, right? And L by C, this is also wrong. You know what? L by C is not going to yield what it is going to yield. I don't even know why. I'm not even ready to think about it. Okay. So yes, if you understand that, you pretty much understood everything. Okay. I mean, in this problem anyway. Let's get into another multiple correct answer thing, dimensions of frequency. So two kind of questions in this combination LCR circuits. So you get one to analyze the dimension of time, or it is relevant to dimension of frequency. Now you can do this question, I believe. Okay. How do you go about this question? Typically, how we did it? Frequency. Frequency as dimensions what? 1 by time is frequency. Yes, it is 1 by time period, or something oscillating with respect to time period. So 1 by t. So this should have a dimension of t to the power minus 1. Right? Yes, it should have t to the power minus 1. So, try to solve these kind of problems. I believe around the LCR we have covered everything. Okay. Frequency, time, because these are also relevant quantities, guys. Okay. And which one is this? Did we just discuss this? Under root LC corresponds to T to the power 1. Actually, 1 by under root LC corresponds to frequency, guys. This is very conceptual, okay? This is a fact. 1 by under root LC corresponds to frequency of these AC circuits. Okay, so 1 by under root LC or CL is nothing but corresponding to frequency, or you can go by the dimension analysis. If you don't know that, you know L by R corresponds to time, RC corresponds to time, under root 1 by LC corresponds to T to the power 1. Okay, and 1 by under root LC corresponds to what? This corresponds to frequency, T to the power minus 1. And what about L by C? L by C, no. Forget L by C. And what about R by L? Yes. R by L, yes. What is R by L? L by R. We did it. L by R corresponds to time. Then R by L should correspond to, yeah, good, really good. Yes, students, stay active, start answering the question. That's very important. Type in the chat box your answers so that I can see, and I can also correct you if you understand what kind of mistakes that you're making, whether it's something to do with the concept or whether it's to do with the like the calculation, or what kind of calculation mistakes that you're doing. So R by L, what it should be? It should be T to the power minus 1. Frequency, A and C, that's correct answer. So now let's do the next question. Which of the following sets have same dimensions? Torque and work, angular momentum and work, energy and Young. We just discussed Young's modulus. Do you think energy and Young's modulus have same dimension? Okay. What about torque and work? What about angular momentum and work? Of course, you know angular momentum and work are not the same thing. If you know that, you already know it. Okay. And what about light year and wavelength? Any guesses? How do you do this? See, questions are this simple. All you should have done is you should have known just the formulas or some form of formulas or relationship between them. So let's do it. I believe. Yeah. Good. That's correct. Yes. Okay. Type in the same like line. Yes, that's correct. What is work done in terms of torque? That's amazing. A and D. Yes. Theta does not have any dimensions. So work and torque has same dimension. Or if you remember what is torque, torque is nothing but force into that distance from the fixed point, etc. cross product. Sorry, okay. F cross R cross F actually. Sorry, really sorry. Okay. Anyway, it is something like this. Distance from the position vector into force, or distance from that pivoting point or axis around which you are calculating the torque. Okay, so R into F is nothing but, and what is work done? Force into displacement. They're just talking about dimensions. Yes, A is correct answer. About angular momentum, if angular momentum, see, A is correct, then B is not correct. Right? If A is correct, B is not correct, simply. So B is wrong. If this is correct, yeah, B is not correct. How about Young's modulus? Young's modulus has the same dimensions of pressure or stress. Okay. So Young's modulus has the same dimensions of pressure, which is nothing but force by area. Whereas energy has same dimensions of work done. That should be force into displacement. So they don't have same dimensions. C is also wrong. And what about this? This many times it is confusing. This is given to check your concept. Conceptual understanding of things. So light year. What is light year? Light year is distance. This is astronomical. This is nano or micro. Generally nano. Okay, wavelength, light. This is also corresponds to distance. So yeah, A and D are correct answer. Good, really good. Okay, how about this? What is the SI unit of inductance? SI unit of inductance is Henry. So how all it can be written? Multiple correct. Notice always whether it is multiple correct or single correct. Okay, one thing I've noticed in dimensional analysis is if you have multiple correct, generally you have multiple answers as correct. Okay, it is also possible that one answer is correct and you have multiple correct. But generally when it comes to dimensional analysis, generally you have multiple correct answers. Okay, take your time, but answer this question correctly. Okay, you need to actually go by 4 different equations to get this answer. What is inductance, guys? Inductance is L. If you forgot what is inductance, it is L. What is Weber? Weber is an Weber is an SI unit of magnetic flux. Faraday law. Okay, I'll get started on this. Meanwhile, you can just check in and post out your answers. Okay guys, so Weber, let's analyze option number 1 or how all it can be expressed in terms of Weber. Weber is SI unit of phi, which is nothing but magnetic flux L into I. In fact, this is more of JEE 2021 topic as well rather than 2022 topic, because 2022 aspirants aren't yet even into magnetism. Okay, so L is equal to phi by I. That means the units of L can be what? It can be the same as Weber per ampere or Weber per ampere. So A is correct. Okay. Okay, you haven't yet solved this one. And if you remember, how do you calculate this is also this is the real Faraday thing, or this is also Faraday thing. EMF is equal to how much? d phi by dt. Change in flux gives you EMF. One and only change in flux gives you that EMF. Do it carefully. If you have seen only C and D, you are missing something. You are missing some laws. Okay, you are missing some concepts in magnetism. Magnetism, yeah, cover it at least for units and dimensions sake, guys. d phi by dt, we just calculated it, but that is nothing but EMF. Okay, this can be written as L into di by dt. So that should be, L should correspond to something like EMF or yeah, okay, let's write it down as EMF into time, and that is nothing but what? Is it volt into second divided by ampere? Okay, sorry, I think I missed di. Okay, what is that? Is that volt into second divided by ampere? Is that what it is? Yes, that is what it is. Okay, I'm going to erase this. I hope you all understood this part of it. This comes from all Faraday law, and this is like this is something that you can understand. Okay. like basic Faraday law things. Now let's move on to energy stored in an inductor. What is the energy stored in an inductor? Half Li square. That means inductor as units corresponding to E by I square. And that gives you Joule. Joule is units of energy and work done, and this is going to be ampere square. Yes, C is correct, and we just did the L by R thing. A, B, C, D, everything is correct, students. L by R is equal to the times constant or tau. That means L should correspond to something like R into T. Right? Yes, that is correct. And that is nothing but L corresponds to ohms into second. Yes, all three are correct. Yeah, this actually there are 8 things that you need to remember. We discussed most of the things in important quantities, so check out that lecture. So all are correct. All are correct answers. Just once check out if you are lagging behind in these kind of dimension analysis things, and check out important quantities lectures that will tell you all about this. Okay, that was actually made for you just before exam because I suddenly noticed that all the questions are from magnetism and electric field, but we don't often touch it, and we realized that okay, and also some are on angular motion. Okay, let's do a thing. Let's take up this question in the next session, but this is going to be a homework question, guys. So dimension of length is expressed as G into C into H. Okay, G into C into H. So G to the power X, C to the power Y, H to the power Z. And where G is your gravitational constant, H is Planck's constant, and C is speed of light. Generally speed of light is used like denoted by C. But do this one. This is a simple one. We'll even take up a little bit more complex version of this. This is a multiple correct answer. We'll start with this. We'll begin with this, and I'll give you a hint. If you write down each of the equation, you should equate the equation. So you'll get something like this. Okay. L to the power 1 is dimensions of length. You'll substitute the dimension of G to the power X. You'll write it down in terms of L into T. And similarly, for an example, for time it is L into T to the power minus 1 into, you'll do it as Y. Similarly, for Planck's constant, you remember how to do that. You'll do it into Z, and you'll get something X plus Y plus Z. So some of your quantities are going to be 0. And you slowly understand that something is equal to something, that itself will solve the problem very, very quickly. Okay. So we'll do one more thing. There is one more question related to this in the next lecture. Okay. Until then, students, stay tuned, and tomorrow we'll have like one more quiz, and also tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. we are going to discuss the best options for you after your JEE Mains. So don't miss it out. And what is power of lens? I'll discuss that thing again. I gave you that question because it was there in JEE Mains. What is power of lens? Power of lens, is it same as power? Check it out once and let me know. You can comment it, and you can do it, but personally practice it. You can comment the answers. That is something that is expected mostly during your live sessions. You can also comment after the session for your homework questions, or if you have some problem, you can comment, of course, or if you like the video, you can comment, but mostly do comment for the homework questions, or if you think if you have some issues, or if you like the video or anything, like any general social media comments is something that you can give out for these videos. But mostly from students, I see that if they have some issues, they do comment, or if they have something to say, they do comment. So that being said, students, tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. on Unacademy Learning app, we are doing a session on what to do after your JEE Mains, or the best options available for you after JEE Mains at 5:30 p.m. sharp. So don't miss it out. It's going to be a very short special class. So don't miss it out. It's very important to assess your options wisely. That is what we are going to do tomorrow. So especially if you're given JEE Mains, this is something that you can do and you can start doing. One of the things you need to do is solve as many PYQs and previous year papers as possible for your JEE Advanced preparation. It's a free of cost special class by Unacademy. And do remember, success will not come in a day, but your work, your hard work and everything will get you there one day. So put in your hard work, put in your smart work, choose the right kind of path. Don't repeat your mistakes, and that is something that you have to not do. And guys, this is a free of cost initiative by Unacademy. That is, JEE English is a free of cost initiative by Unacademy for you to get into IITs and NITs. Yes, of course, this is also a champion tool, but we even have a better champion tool for you. But this is also something for you where we deliver lectures from basics until advanced for free of cost. Stay tuned to understand everything. And that being said, share the video, keep liking the video, talk about it to your friends, because your sharing will help someone need to get access to such a channel. It's an awesome channel, guys. We have the best educators on this platform, and guys, you need to keep sharing such videos, and you need to talk about the channel, you need to like the video so that everyone comes to know about it. And kill your ego, especially during your exam time, and value love. Keep smiling, students, keep smiling. Avoid gossips, work hard for your success, acquire knowledge, very important for your growth, but share the knowledge so that everyone can get the knowledge and you also double your growth. So share the knowledge and acquire the knowledge, or acquire the knowledge and share the knowledge. And guys, if you don't yet have a Telegram app, do download the Telegram app from your Google Play Store and App Store so that you can get on to our JEE English channel, where we would keep you posted on all the special classes that has happened, that is going to happen, any DPPs, etc. You would get it on this Telegram channel from all our lecturers on JEE English. And we have one of the best lecturers across the nation on JEE English. So do check it out. Click on to that link available in the description box below. You can just type in JEE_English so that you can get in touch with us, and we can get in touch with you by keeping you posted with all the updates necessary for your JEE preparation. So yes, guys, that is something that you need to do. And that being said, check out the A to Z Current and Electricity lecture series on Unacademy Learning app. It was also like a special class. So these lectures are available to you. These are exam oriented lectures only. So, and also many concepts are discussed, but anyway, do check it out. And the most important one among them is going to be electrical measuring instruments in one shot. So check it out. It's an easy one, but a scoring one. You get typically a lot of questions on this one, guys. It's available on the Unacademy Learning app. It's a one-shot lecture that was conducted on 1st of September. Don't miss it out, students. It's a special class, and actually you get typically one question or two questions a year from electrical measuring instruments, be JEE Advanced, JEE Mains. Yes, definitely. And that being said, guys, if you yet don't have an Unacademy Learning app, download the Unacademy Learning app by just typing in Unacademy on your Google Play Store and App Store, and your first search result is going to be Unacademy Learning app. And you'll click on that link, you'll click on install. That's all you need to do, and there you go. You will have an awesome app where you'll get live updates on such special classes. And also, if you have a Plus student, that is going to be super useful. And that being said, what is this Plus? What is this subscription? Yes, this is something that you need for your JEE preparation. This is the champions tools, guys. Like, this is going to get you into those IITs and NITs that you dream about, because JEE preparation is not just about attending lectures. It's also about giving out those tests and learning. If you want to learn from the best educators across the nation, you can do that. And we have the technology that you need for your JEE preparation. And what all comes in this? You get access to live quizzes, live test series, yes, and you get to attend lectures from your favorite educators and get your doubt clear on time. And it's going to be a super structured program where, if you're a 2021 aspirant, you're attending lectures just on the way you should be attending, so that you can succeed in your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. And you can get into those awesome IITs and NITs, guys, and comes with the leaderboards and dashboards and all the personalized insights that you need for your JEE preparation. And it lets you know about your national standing, where it is going wrong. You improve upon things. You notice your leaderboard and you try to understand what is your standing. You give national level test series, you understand what is your standing, and you will improve upon things. That is the entire motto and the test series, that environment, the best educators across the nation is what we give you at a very reasonable price. You need to click on this get subscription, and the price is going to be hardly around 2,100 per month. And guys, this price you can only get it after applying Murli Live coupon. So do not forget to apply the Murli Live coupon. This is going to give you the best discount, a 10% enrollment discount, which is super cheap, And students, you get access to daily interactive classes, many more features. And if you have 2 years, this is the best option, guys. This is the best option if you have 2 years, and it is relevant for most of the students preparing for IIT JEE. And that being said, the 24-month subscription is pretty economical, only 2,100 per month. And guys, if you apply this coupon, you're going to get this price. And we also have convenient payment options for you. You can pay it in parts, or you can use no cost EMI. No cost EMI is something where you don't pay any EMI interest, and that is something that you need, guys. Okay, so avail options like this, where you get a convenient payment options. This we make sure you get access to all of them. And we also have our in-house pay in part functionality. If you are availing any subscription above 15,000, you can make use of pay in parts and avail your subscription at a very, very economical pay per month or pay in parts mode. And that being said, students, if you are in second year, or if you only have if you're in 12th class, or if you are a long-term dropout and you think you have only 1 year, if you have already planned to drop out in your 12th class, just avail 24-month subscription. You can notice the price difference. It's significant when it comes to 1 and 2 year subscription. But let's say you are in long-term or dropout, and you're looking for an awesome platform and an ideal platform for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation. We have dedicated programs for you on our platform. We have anywhere around 6,000 plus programs and materials for your JEE preparation. Right now we have anywhere around 1,000 plus active programs by our best educators across the nation. Not to say we have the best educators and also popular authors like DC Pandey sir. So get it on time. Don't miss out this time. Start early. That is very important, students. Seriously, start early. It's very, very important. And this 12-month subscription is going to only cost you anywhere around 2,900, less than 2,900. It's only 2,888. And this price you will get only after applying Murli Live coupon. So do not forget to get your awesome 10% discount and choose the right kind of package. Stay safe, take care, stay safe. Bye bye. See you in the next class. See you in tomorrow's special class, and also see you in the next class, students. We'll be discussing more PYQs on Friday, and from Monday onwards we'll be solving previous year JEE Advanced papers. Don't miss out any lecture and start solving it also on your own. Try to find out the easiest ways to do the problems. Try to find out the easiest way to remember things. Try to find out tricky ways, ways to understand the tricky problems. Get into the habit of reading both the questions and answers. That is very important for your JEE Advanced. And more importantly, focus on your precision. Focus on the concept. That is more important for your JEE Advanced. Your JEE Mains has passed. And now it is time for JEE Advanced, and JEE Advanced, giving JEE Advanced gives you a lot of advantages. We'll discuss that tomorrow on Unacademy Learning app at 5:30 p.m. sharp. See you in the next class. Take care, stay safe. Bye-bye, students.